The TRADERCOBB Crypto Show, talking business in blockchain.
G'day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Traders Chat, and I am back from holiday. Now, before I go any further, a couple of things to say. If you're on YouTube watching this, please like, share, subscribe, pick up the link, poof, throw it to your mates in the different Discord groups and Telegram groups and Facebook groups, because we'd love to have more people involved, more questions, more interaction. Second to that, drop any questions into the comment section. Like, subscribe, and share away. If you're listening to the podcast, it does make a big difference if you can give us a rating. Yep, you just got to scroll down through, drop a rating, drop a comment if you would be so kind. We're approaching, I think, 2,000 episodes of this that I've been doing. And guess what? I've done it all without being paid a dime. If you want me to keep doing it, please, it would be very nice if you could support us by doing those minimal things of just spreading the word. So yes, back after a significant break with Reese and Lou. Welcome. I was going to say welcome back, boys, but it's me who's welcome back. Welcome back, me, and hello to you.
Yeah, big welcome back to you.
Yeah, welcome back, mate. Yeah, and you look well.
I look different. I got a beard and I got blue blocker glasses. I don't need glasses. Wow, it's a big difference though, isn't it? It just makes my eyes not so sore because I've got a screen here, and a screen here, and they fry. Oh, and the light there, so it does end up frying you. Anyway, I'm waffling. What's going on in the markets, boys?
Looks like you've increased your IQ by about 50 with those glasses.
I look very distinguished. Thank you.
I remember when I first started trading, like with Craig, and you said, I wish I'd had access to a dark mode screen and blue blocker glasses because I traded for such a long time in London with white burning my eyes.
But it's bad. You spend so much time staring at screens and intently, you're like, and they just start frying. You forget to blink. Yeah. So a good addition. Blue blocker glasses. You can get them from your local pharmacy. Go get it, traders.
Next question. How many fish did you catch?
Oh, can't count them all. Had a pretty good harvest actually. Mahi, Spanish mackerel, mangrove jack, trevally. Able to include my partner Carly. Able to include my kids. Had a bloody cracker of a time camping. With the kids and Carly, getting out in the bush, up and down the coast, all over the east coast of Australia. And that's what I want to do. Just keep living like that. But, there's bills to pay. And look, more importantly, I would be doing it out of the back of a big, I'd just go and buy a big Mercedes van or something and deck it out and just have, my screens attached to the wall. But, I've got 2 kids that I need to look after as well. So it's sort of not on the cards to just be a trading nomad for me at this older, look at me, I did look older period in my life. But yeah, it was bloody good. I feel very refreshed and, got some routines in place, made some changes and feeling good.
Oh, good. Awesome. I think we held down the fort pretty well while you're away. You missed a lot in the markets. Actually, we had a nice run with Bitcoin and all of the alts, which would have been a good surprise to come back to.
Yeah, mate, look, I didn't look at charts, so to speak. I looked at Bitcoin and Ethereum every now and again, just on my trading view app on my phone, just to sort of keep an eye on. I kept an eye on my portfolio and just to see if there was anything that, might have rocketed off and I needed to take profits. Sadly, it didn't happen. But yeah, really nice to see that kind of January run, I suppose. Sort of over 2 weeks, really, the majority of that move. 54% from the low to the high. Nothing to be sneezed at. Still looking a little bit shaky up there at the moment. I'd like to see it either continue on from here or have a decent pullback on the weekly. And then obviously I want to see it step up to a new high on the weekly. But I don't know, man. Like the question I've got for myself when I look at the market at the moment is, those people that do dollar cost average or that they did buy when Bitcoin and the alts were, down around that $16,000 mark, they're now sitting in some pretty solid profits. I wonder if the hangover of, basically all of 2022, because there wasn't too much good news or goodness in 2022, not too many opportunities for profit taking on the way up. I wonder if there's a number of people, and we'll probably see this on the chart in the coming days and weeks, but they're sort of going, ooh, well, I bought a bunch back down there. might take some of that profit, and then whether or not they put it back in or not. So it's depending on who's going to have learned their lessons potentially. Like, it depends on the plans. Do they plan to take profits quick, or do they plan to get a position for a long-term hold? Time will tell, but I'd like it if they held on to it so that the supply didn't all of a sudden, outweigh the demand and we go back down. But, we're traders, so up, down, as long as it's not sideways, we're good.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people threw in the towel after 2022, and we had a nice little run on Bitcoin, and they sort of coming back out of the woodwork and jumping back in the community, and it's like, ooh, crypto's still a thing. How are you guys going? And unfortunately, we'd had some great running trades up to that point, so they'd missed a bit of a chunk, but we're still at really good prices for those people looking to dollar cost average and even trade if we do see some more upside momentum.
Well, didn't you call like a 40-1?
Yeah, on that Gala trade, that was amazing.
Far out. That's like for those that are wondering, like when I say 40-1, just for the listener or viewer who's going, what does it mean? Is it a 40x? Yeah, it's a 40x on the risk you put in. So if you risk $100 and you don't scale out, that's at 40-1 on your risk. That's 40 times your risk multiple, meaning $100 makes you $4,000. That's the way that we look at it as traders. We look at the multiple of risk, and then the multiple of reward is against one. So 1 is the risk, and the number 40 is the size of the reward based on that risk. So absolute ripper of a trade, that one, mate. Well done.
I can't take all the credit. We actually chatted about it with one of Lou's live trading floors.
Oh, did you?
So it was a team effort.
Good. Well, and in the community, they got to see all that and be involved?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the community have been killing it, actually. It's a few members really standing out, taking some fantastic trades. Just really good to see. And now we're just entering that consolidation period, which we'll chat about in a minute. But last year was a bit of a ruin thanks to FTX, but the FTX debtors have sent out a message to recipients of donations that SBF and FTX had donated to, asking for that money back. Have you? I think you read about this, Lou.
I did. I read about it this morning so we have a news channel in our Discord, in the free Discord area, and I decided to post this article in our news channel in our free Discord area. And basically what the article said was it was an official release from the FTX debtors, and the guy that's the CEO of FTX, this guy named John Ray, he's basically the complete opposite of SBF.
He's responsible.
He's not just responsible. He has a lot of experience in these sort of type of things. He actually was the CEO of Chevron when it went into liquidation, and he paid out all the creditors. And so now he's going after, he's like a bulldog, this guy. And he's now, and kudos to him as well. He's set up, the FTX official has set up a tip line, I guess. And so if you've received any donations from FTX in the past, you can call the tip line and voluntarily surrender the money back over. If you don't do that, however, John Ray has decided to get a court order from the US courts, basically court ordering anyone that received any donations to return the money back to FTX.
Okay. So let's just break this down for a second. He's saying, so good old John Ray, good on you, Johnny. We love you. Johnny's gone out there and said, right, okay, politicians of the world, of mostly the US, but of the politicians of the world, we are going to try and claw back the money that we gave you in donations. And we know that politicians are the most honest, high moral compass, uncorruptible people on the planet. And they're definitely going to do the right thing and give the money back to the people for which they govern, right? That's what's going to happen. Every cent's coming back.
That's correct. And that was said a couple of months ago. It said, well, SBF was the second highest political donor in the United States. Specifically to the Democratic Party. And there's like, well, the moral responsible thing would be for these people to return these donations. Like we're talking like the second largest donor in the United States.
Yeah. I think it was like 40 million to the Democrats, wasn't it? Something like that.
Is something like that. Yeah. Just behind George Soros. But anyway, yes. Yeah. So please. So this announcement was made, and then Johnny goes, okay, so please, politicians, you're really good people. do the morally right thing by your citizens and return the money.
And
the politicians, well, what the politicians then said was, SBF, we don't actually think he's guilty, and we don't think he should. He can. Let's give him the grace of turning up to a court hearing, and then he got imprisoned in the Bahamas. And then now Johnny's gone, voluntarily return that money. It's all good. Voluntarily return or do something. They're basically saying do something, do something with these donations. But while you're probably not doing anything, I'm getting a court order to force you to give a lot of that back.
good.
That's basically what that article says.
I mean, if there's one thing that we've learned about politicians, especially in the last sort of 3 or 4 years, is that it's almost like the tail wagging the dog. The politician's the dog who tails someone else. And, I can only speak for a lot of the stuff that happens here in Australia. The tail tends to be the mining corporations, and the dog does what the tail tells it to do. So good on you, Johnny. Get after him, Bulldog. Go get that money back. I wonder where my money went.
Yeah, I wonder.
Maybe it's the party. So
yeah, who knows who's got it?
Who knows who's got it, mate? Yeah.
Some good banners.
I think my money, Tom Brady either has my money or Joe Biden.
I think Tom Brady lost a bunch, didn't he?
Oh, mate. Oh, actually, actually, Tom Brady lost a bunch. He's in the same boat as us.
He had a fairly similar year to me last year. Got separated and got dusted by FTX. So me and Tom Brady, the only difference is I've got no hair or talent of throwing a ball.
If you're listening to this, Tom Brady, come and jump on the podcast.
Yeah,
I'd love to hear
come talk to us, Tommy.
I'm a big fan. The next article. So, Optimism, the token OP or ticker code OP, has been on an absolute tear the last few weeks, hitting all-time highs of just over $3, I think it was. So we looked into why, and it's an Ethereum Layer 2 project. It has an upcoming upgrade called Bedrock, where they're looking to decrease fees. So I think Optimism is a really good one to keep an eye on if you are looking to dollar cost average into a project. Again, not financial advice at all, but Optimism is a really good project. Now, on the terms of market caps, it's compared to other layer 2 projects like Matic or other layer 2 project, Loopring or Arbitrum, it's just so undervalued in my opinion, and it's such a good project.
What is the market cap
of OP?
Yeah.
So look.
I'll have a quick look here. It's just the ticket code is just OP.
It's about 500 million.
So look, question on this, right? This 645 million right now, $3.01 currently on CoinGecko, up 4.1%. The question I got, look, I'm not huge on layer 2s. Okay, I'm not.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring this up, because you're a layer 1 fan.
I'm a layer 1 fan.
Hey guys, just quickly, do you reckon you could, in 2 sentences or less, describe the difference between layer 2 and layer 1 for the listeners? Because I'm actually, I kind of know, but not that well.
I don't know.
Layer 1 projects are Ethereum and things like Bitcoin. It's like the network. Layer 2 projects built on top of the network.
Yeah. But does it actually this like let's say they're decreasing fees and whatnot, okay? Does that help the Ethereum? Obviously, it helps the Ethereum ecosystem because it's a layer 2 built on Ethereum, so it's within that community, within that network. But does it? It's essentially it's lowering fees for OP, not for Ethereum. So I guess it can't take the thunder from Ethereum being built on Ethereum, can it?
No, that's right. I don't think so. I think Ethereum has such a bright future. They've just been doing things in the background, and we've got that Shanghai upgrade coming up soon where people can unstake a lot of their Ethereum. I'm not sure if
that's going to be interesting. That's going to be really interesting because there's billions and billions and billions of dollars of Ethereum.
I think it was like $60 billion.
And when they staked it, don't forget when they staked it. So a lot of that staking obviously that was ongoing for a long period of time, right? But when they staked that, Ethereum's prices, if I'm correct, were a lot higher than what they currently are.
A lot higher. A lot higher.
Right.
So it's sort of going into the back end. It was kind of a lot of the bull run during the bull run. A lot of that period was pretty much that 12 months where we saw that bull run, which is when they were staking their ETH. So a lot of people watching their ETH go through the roof up to that 4,000 plus or whatever it was. And now it'll be interesting to see, like, a lot of the people that are staking, one of the potential outcomes is they had money on FTX, lost that. A lot of the knock-on effect of FTX was that obviously a lot of the companies had to hold their treasury in the FTX platform for FTX to then go ahead and be, or Alameda or whoever to fund these projects and offer them money. So I wonder, it's really interesting to see what's going to happen when this unstakes, because people are just going to dump Ethereum and try and cover some of their other expenses and losses. If that is to be the case, that is an opportunity that is very saucy, because, if people are just dumping out of sheer need, like if people have to sell because they need the money, then you can't stop that from happening, can you? If it dumps, man, we could get some good cheap Ethereum. Look, it's not great for the market short term, but I mean, we're here long term. So, exactly. Interesting to see how it plays out, I reckon.
I'm definitely waiting for that to happen. I think there's no set date, I don't believe, but around March, I believe it's happening. So, yeah, it's definitely worth keeping an eye on. But before we bring up the charts, although Lou does have the OP chart up, but yeah, before we jump into the charts, we just have to switch over to a quick word from our sponsor, BitGet. So stay tuned.
Just a quick word from our sponsors, BitGet, to keep the lights on and all. TRADERCOBB and BitGet have partnered up as we've done extensive research on what we believe to be the best trading platform for margin traders on the market today. We've got a full tutorial on how to raise orders and how to get access to your trading account, as well as a 10% trading fee discount if you click and sign up with the link below. With great liquidity and great order systems, this is the premier platform for us going forward. Join up with the link in the description to get 10% off your trading fees.
All right. Thanks, guys. Let's jump into the charts. So take us through the top 10, Lou, and what you're watching.
Okay. So let's start with Bitcoin.
It's my favorite.
Are we back at the $1 trillion market cap?
I think so.
Did I just see that? We've just
okay. Yeah. Sorry. Bitcoin, crypto. Okay. Yeah. Let's start with the crypto market cap.
That looks just like Bitcoin.
So this is total market cap. Yeah, Craig, you're right. Yeah, we just ticked over 1 trillion today.
What's the dominance look like?
It'll be waning.
Let's just have a look at this quickly. So I think back in August 2022, 1.2. What was the high of our market cap?
It was about 3 trillion.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about Bitcoin.
3 trillion. Okay. All right. Let's have a look at the dominance then.
I think we just broke 3 trillion, or we were just short of 3 trillion.
Interesting. When during the bull market, so during the bull market, we were observing these trends on the dominance, weren't we? Where the dominance of Bitcoin would drop off, and then we'd see a rally in the alts.
We'll have a look at where Bitcoin's dominance spiked back then. Go back to the September. No, just gone. Yep, there.
Yeah.
Where your crosshair is.
Yeah.
So you can see that obviously we were still in a bull market in 2020. That is, I can't see the date there because
that's 2022.
2020.
Right.
Last
Sorry,
year. Oh, it's a daily chart, not a weekly. Sorry.
So that was here. This is here. I'll bring the weekly up. Better.
We'll have a lovely trend there.
So 2022, this is 21. So December
around there.
So that was the start.
Yep.
Yeah, December 20. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, December 20. We'll all remember that.
It's so cyclical. December seems to be the peak of a lot of our bull runs. But check out one thing I'm pointing at here. Like, check out that support. Look at that support on the weekly down there. We've pushed through. Now we've got higher lows out of there, and we're in a weekly uptrend on the market cap of dominance. We got an uptrend weekly, I think, on Bitcoin. We're on an uptrend on the weekly on the market cap Bitcoin dominance. We're on an uptrend on the weekly as well, I believe would be on the total market cap. So it's, green shoots, I'll call it, after the fire. We're starting to see some.
Yeah, and that's a solid monthly level of support there on dominance as well. But yeah, you're right. You're right, Brad. Yeah, we're uptrending on all these other metrics. So let's have a look at Bitcoin. So purple is daily, white are monthly levels of resistance and support, and purple is daily levels of resistance.
So just for the listeners on the podcast, we're looking at some support and resistance levels, something around obviously 20,000 is a region that we're aware of as a round number. We've got 22,432, bit of resistance at 24,000, call it 24,500 is kind of the level we want to get through.
Yeah, 24,500, that's right. And so we're just in that range right now between this daily level and this upper monthly level of resistance at 24,500. But then after this, I'm kind of looking after this. If we were to push through that 25,000 region, there's quite a lot of error on the chart.
Yeah.
To really 28,000, 30,000 is kind of the next stop if we were to push through that.
There's a bit of a range between that 24,000 and 25,000, isn't there? Where we've sort of wicked through and then...
That's where we're hanging now.
Yeah.
That's where we're hanging now.
That 25K.
That's so we break down through that. We're looking at, some proper shorts, and we'll probably see a pullback to maybe 20 on the weekly, something like that, or 20,500.
Yeah, 100%. I'd agree with that. Yeah.
But, yeah. The thing is, right now, when we're in these ranges, it's just crap. It's not. You do get trends. There's a heap of 12-hour and daily stuff available out there on this particular day. It's the higher time frames I'm kind of focusing on. But when we get the whole market running, that's when you can trade pretty much any time frame. You can be over to everything because we've got trends all in agreement. It's nice to have the weekly trend back though.
And also, look, we have the negatives of the consolidation, but the positives we always talk about in live trading floor is that every single time we talked about this in January. I remember talking about it because I was doing live trading floor for all of Jan, and every single time we see one of these long consolidations, same here to a lesser extent, same here, it's followed by a huge move. Every single time Bitcoin consolidates, whether it's up or down, that's up to the market. But every single time price consolidates, it is followed by a big move. So that is the positive about consolidations, I must say. That's what I look forward to. And then we're just, looking for the clues to see which direction.
Well, let's have a look at Ethereum and hit that top 10 up. And for those that are listening, of course, you can go and watch this section of it on YouTube if you wish. But we'll try and keep it as interactive for the podcast listeners as we can. Ethereum's got a bit more of a trend going on there. What's that high of that wick there, mate?
Right,
the white one. Nah, keep going. Yeah, that one. That's it.
Yeah.
We've got to get above 1720.
1720. And that's a monthly and daily level. So very solid level. If we blast through that, we'll be looking good.
Be nice to blast above that and then to pull back into that when this unlock happens in March, so we can get a trade off of that level. Yeah. I mean, look, that's a long way off, but that's how I think.
For sure. Next we got BNB just stuck in that daily range, but such a nice uptrend. Look, if we get that little bullish candle in there tomorrow on live trading floor, we could have a daily cradle option there for sure.
Yeah, it's been trending well, Binance, hasn't it? It's been grinding, but it's the last week it sort of kicked on where other markets didn't.
Yeah, grinding's the right way to describe it for sure.
Thanks,
next XRP, nothing. Yeah. XRP's dead.
Yeah, it's just a sloppy mess. It's been like that for such a long time too. This SEC things are rubbish. Bin fire is what I'm trying to say.
And then we got Doge. No, look, grinding. I'll take these levels out there. They don't
needs to punch through those highs. A lot of them need to punch through their highs to continue that.
There's still so much, like in the top 10, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Although ADA is in a very nice uptrend.
Yeah.
It's just grinding.
We need to reset it because what's happened with a lot of these trends is they've run so hard away that they've not allowed us to have that beautiful cyclicity on the daily. It's just been like straight lining. Matic looks really nice. It's one of the better trends in the top 10 at the moment, I think.
For sure.
On the daily, 100%. That is, the daily chart.
100%. Look at that.
I would have actually liked to have seen it come in a little bit further for us so we could get a trade on, but maybe it still will. It's only one day thus far.
I'll look for a breakout on those lowers even. That's a beautiful looking trend there. Then DOT.
DOT needs to kick from that to set that higher low and take out the higher high. The problem is that that big candle that pushed us up to that higher above $7. It's quite a way off. $7.13. We're currently sitting at what, $6.54 or something like that. No, $6.60 something. So it's still got quite a bit of movement to get up there. But I mean, if we can do that, that trend will have a new higher low and a new higher high. And it will, when I say reset, it's been a bit messy in the market, but we haven't lost a lot of these top tens. We haven't lost the higher lows. So if we can reset and then set the next one up, and maybe with a little less haste, trends that run hard and fast, they look good on paper when you look at your portfolio, but it's sustainable trends that we can trade, that we make money on, both investing and in trading. That's what I'm just hopeful to get that sort of condition at some point.
For sure. Next, Litecoin.
It's a bastard, isn't it?
Look at that. The daily, that's popping off a really well-established daily and monthly level there as well.
But have a look at pull the 12 up. So the 12 had a little blip of a lower high. I wouldn't have been too concerned about it, but you could have. It wasn't the smallest account. It wasn't too big though, to be honest. It just wasn't that pretty, was it? Looks good though. Good trend on Litecoin right now.
Good trend on Litecoin right now.
We put that in the community this morning.
Yeah.
We did. Yeah, we did. It wasn't the community. Yeah.
But is Litecoin even in the top 10 anymore?
I hope so.
No, it's not.
It's not.
No, mate. It's number 16.
Oh.
Bitcoin, Ethereum. I'm leaving out the stables. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, XRP, Cardano, Doge, Poly, Matic, OKX. Wow, OKB's at number 8. Solana's at 9, and Shiba's at number 10. Doge and Shiba still up there. It's baffling to me, but whatever.
The meme coins.
Whatever. And then we'll have a look at we'll have a look at SHIB.
Yep.
Yeah, that's actually I think that's a really nice trend.
Yeah, it's pumped.
It's got power.
It's just a matter of trying to find an entry now.
It is. That's correct. Yeah. An entry with enough room where you capture the overall trend, not just get.
And look, if it breaks through to new highs, look, it will have left a mate. Look, go back to that weekly or 2-day or whatever. You go to weekly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we break out of these highs again. Look at what we got. We're kind of free. There's room. Yeah. There's a lot of room, and look at the move it's had. I mean, it's just off its head. I mean, the concept is off its head, to be honest, but it's moving. And I don't care if I'm trading a dog meme coin or a bloody whatever, as long as I've got trend and liquidity, which we do have with BitGet. So be it.
102% it's moved from its
lows.
What's
the token price?
Oh, it's too hard to call.
It's too
like 5 decimals and then a number.
If it's
5 decimals.
Yeah, if it's a top 10 now and we see a nice run up into that open area, where's it going to sit? Is that going to knock out things like Matic out of the top 10?
It has potential. I mean, Shiba, the market cap is 8.3 billion with Matic at 11 billion. So it wouldn't take much.
Isn't that ridiculous?
To take Matic. Yeah.
Well, Doge is above Matic.
Take out BNB.
Doge is like what a top. Doge is like a top 4 or a top 5.
BNB's at 44 billion. So the step up from XRP. So you go XRP at 20 bill, then you go USD stable or USDC 41 billion, BNB 44 billion, Tether 68 billion, and then the jump up to Ethereum is 197 billion. So yeah, it's a long. Geez, it's those market caps. When I look at the actual market caps now, as opposed to just the charts, the room, the potential, because Bitcoin had over $1 trillion market cap at our peak. Insane. So a lot of room.
Was it now
440 billion?
Isn't so much room to move.
There's so much room to move. And like if we were, we'll have a quick look at the DXY before we wrap it up. And then here's the Dixie. Just a really nice downtrend on the daily. Yeah, and had a little pump in the last 3 days. Just a little one.
I'm so glad where I converted out of USD into Australian dollars. I just looked at the chart as a chart.
Look at that. You know what you called, Craig? Last year you said we may get a pullback, a bullish candle in the cradle zone, but it would have been, ideally off this resistance up here. It's still early days, 21 days left for the month. But yeah, had a little pump there. But look at that downtrend. Just dropped.
It's been strong, a little bit of raise now, but yeah, so dollar index starting to, if the US economy gets better and they stop inflation across the globe, and if somebody can go with that war, that rubbish war, stability comes back, I think we'll see the dollar tank, just because stability equates to more liquidity into other asset classes. People rush to the dollar when things are uncertain because they're like, I don't know, there's too much risk everywhere else. I'm putting it in what I call a safe haven. And I did a piece on this sort of, I don't know what, maybe October or something like that last year, talking about, because I'd taken profits in the bull run and I had it sitting in stables, and I'm like, ooh, dollar index, I was up like 20% on just my US dollar position against the Australian dollar. And I'm like, I'm all about taking the chunk in the middle. I think it's time to do that. And you can, this is just an explainer as to whether you're an investor in crypto, an investor in anything. You don't even need to be a trader, but having that skill set of a trader, whether you use it to trade or not, it's definitely going to help you with your entry and exit points. And I think that's what a lot of people are missing out of when it comes to our Become a Trader course, is that they think, I don't want to be a trader, so I just won't bother doing it. Guys, it's completely free. But it will teach you a lot about when to get in, when to get out, and how to make sure you lock in that chunk in the middle. And that's something that's really, really important.
All right. I think we wrap that up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was good, boys. Appreciate you.
Where is it?
I'm back. It's good to have a chat with you both. And I hope that the audience has enjoyed it. Don't forget all the links for your BitGet account, for the Become a Trader course, all that sort of stuff that you need is in the description below. Whether you watch us on YouTube, please like, share, subscribe. And as I said before, I would really appreciate the help by you sharing this with your mates and sort of spreading the TRADERCOBB word. And if you're on the podcast, please give us a rating or write a comment. In YouTube, again, any questions, pop it in, because we keep an eye on those comments, ladies and gents. Hit us up, let us know. Join the Discord group if you want to get us much more available answering your questions. So thank you, gentlemen. And I look forward to having another conversation of this sort next week. Hopefully we're trending higher.
The TRADERCOBB Crypto Show, talking business in blockchain.